our women have the best bodies in the world.
I think ass is a phenomenal thing.
This is a work of art.
For hundreds of years, the ass has been glorified, and it's not going anywhere.
Twerking is the new revolution.
What's all this controversy about?
They be killing it with that bop, bop.
But it didn't really become like a movement or an art form until the white girls started doing it.
The ass phenomenon is not limited to just one particular type of person.
Whether it be Latinos or, Europeans, they all want an ass.
Everybody loves booty. Even white men love booty. Y'all admit it, you love booty.
So
Okay.
that was a clip from the new documentary Bottoms Up, which explores our culture's current obsession with big booties.
Now, here to discuss why posteriors have taken over pop culture are directors Kurt Williamson and Chris Alvarez. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us.
Welcome, guys.
So, gentlemen, tell us why you thought it was important to dedicate an entire documentary to big booties.
Well, with everything going on in the media and the big exploitation of booties now, it was one of those things. You couldn't overlook it. That's a pun, but it was one of those things where we wanted to tell the story of how this popularization came about and what it means. And show where it came from.
Well, curves have been celebrated in the black community forever, so it's nothing new, really. So why do you think booties have all of a sudden gone mainstream, if you will?
I think pretty much it became mainstream because of we have certain celebrities that kind of showed it and made it look good and kind of showed that it was okay, starting with like J-Lo. I think she was one of the earlier pioneers that really said, curves looks good on a woman. And then currently today, Kim Kardashian. So I feel like that's what made it go across mainstream because it's been in our culture for a long, long time.
Right.
Let's talk music videos and strip club culture. What role have those two things played in the rise of the backside, if you will?
Yeah, I mean, I would say that, the music and the strip club culture, when when women are in a strip club, the one that looks the best, the bigger, the most round, they're going to make the most money. So I think that competition caused definitely uproar between people seeing, what do they like best.
And what about music videos, just sort of as the kind of the reinforcement of the imagery? What do
music videos? I mean, from the '90s, from the Luke videos to 50 Cent with Tony Ayo. So Seductive and all those things, those blew up that whole culture of women saying I need this now, whatever way I've got to get it, and that can be hurtful for some and painful for some and very lucrative for some too.
And wouldn't you say that hip hop culture has been instrumental in the proliferation of the posterior? I mean, you have rappers like Juvenile talking about back that ass up, and Sir Mix-a-Lot, Baby Got Back, Luke, Two Live Crew, their entire music category and video.
The butt.
Yeah. The list goes on and on. So what role has hip-hop played in this?
Go ahead. There you go. Oh, hip-hop has been the catalyst for that. It tells you everything that's in the streets, whatever is sexy, whatever's hot, whatever new trend is out there. And, in the African-American culture, the posterior is one of those things that has been totally lauded for so many years, since the beginning. Yeah. So, and they just bring that out in every way. They bring out different songs that accentuate, talk about the booty and all of that stuff. So it gets, it's just been blown up.
Well, let's talk about it. We're here having an even conversation about the booty, but celebration or exploitation? The concept of this big booty, is it something we should be celebrating, or is it an exploitative phenomenon run amok?
I think a black female or any female, her body should be praised, and it should be, it's like a work of art. But at the same time, when you exploit it and use it for the wrong reasons or exploit it for the wrong reasons and make it more of a mockery, I think that makes it, in a negative way.
Do the two of you take a stand? I mean, we've seen the piece, but do you sort of have a position on that?
Position as far as
just as far as the exploitation of it, the concerns around exploitation of big booties.
Yeah, I would definitely say I stand against, I guess women with low self-esteem going towards surgery. But I would embrace a woman enjoying what she has and being confident. You know, I think even somebody, we was having a conversation like, you know, Miley Cyrus, you know, her twerking is confident. So I applaud that, you know.
Okay, let's take a look at a clip from a documentary. I think this one is about how J-Lo helped the booty go mainstream. Take a look at it, and then we'll discuss further, okay?
All right.
All right.
When I first saw J-Lo, I didn't know her name was J-Lo. I thought she was a fly girl.
Coming all the way from Bronx, New York, Miss Jennifer Lopez.
When she was on Living Color, she dressed down. You didn't really see all that, you know, that stuff that Sean Puppy Corn saw.
We all will never forget that amazing Versace dress that showed off her body. Jennifer Lopez just kind of became the celebrity face of somebody who is fusing high fashion and a very curvaceous body.
All right.
Yeah.
So you give J-Lo a lot of credit, don't you?
She brought it into the mainstream.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she was a huge crossover. You know, with her skin, made a crossover for all walks of life in the media.
And in pop culture, big booties now come in all colors and shades and sizes. We've got Nicki Minaj, J-Lo, Iggy Azalea, who's a white girl from Australia. What do you make of this diversity? Like, you know, now it seems like diversity is being recognized as it relates to the big booty. I think it used to be attributed to the black woman. Now it really is kind of a diverse thing, movement.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
It's like Louboutins or something. Every woman wants it. You know, it's like you go in the gym now, and it's, you know, it's not just you don't see just black women, you know, doing squats. You see everyone doing squats, from the Miley Cyruses to the Puerto Ricans to anyone.
Yeah.
So it's like huge.
Let me ask you a question about just the extremes that women are undergoing to get these extreme curves. Historically, the women featured in these videos appear to be more natural. Now you've seen women going under the knife to take fat from other parts of their body and inject it in their backsides. Women have died. Women have been severely disfigured. Do you all think that it's worth women risking their lives for these booties? And what has the reaction been when you asked others this question?
Well, personally, I don't think it's worth going under the knife at all.
Mm-hmm.
I think people fail to see the other end of it, which is, you know, you're undergoing major surgery.
Right.
You know, this is you know, almost a 3-month recovery period, you know, so you can kind of get back on your feet. To go do that for a cosmetic reason of just increasing your shape and size of your butt is definitely, I don't believe it's worth it. Especially the fact that it's a cultural fad now. What happens when everybody appreciates small booties later on?
Well, this is my question. You know, are we inside a fad or a movement? Is it here to stay, or do you think we're going to trend in another part of the anatomy, you know?
We'll definitely go into a different part of the anatomy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because back in the day there was, you know, the waif look, or
Right.
You know,
everybody wanted to look like Twiggy or Cheryl Tiegs, and now everybody wants to look like Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
So then what if everybody decides they want to look like Miley Cyrus next time? Are they supposed to then extract all this booty fat? And what are you hearing out there? What were you finding during your research?
What did you find?
Well, no, I think right now it's a fad. I think it's going to be around for a while.
You think it's here to stay?
I don't think it's here to stay, but I think it's going to be for a while before it change. Definitely before it change.
When you interviewed some of the women featured in the documentary, why did they say it was worth it for them to go under the knife?
A lot of people thought it was a confidence booster. Some people did it for love. Some people did it for money. Some people did it for fame. So, you know, but all in all, I think it was like a confidence level that people wanted, and to be able to go out and say, hey, I'm that girl, I'm that woman, you know, and they wanted that curvy figure.
So what's next for this project? What is your intention for this project heretofore?
I think it should bring awareness to the want, the history, the want, and the pain, and also how socially, you know, this new fad like fits into our culture now. So I think those things that's what I want this film to like bring out.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think it definitely takes you back on where it has really started, you know, way back in the 1800s till currently, where is it at you know, right
with
now.
the Venus Hottentot, and, you know, historically.
So just to kind of give you that timeline as far as how this all really come about.
All right. Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. I'm going to do some squats later today.
Absolutely, yes.
And you're watching Arise Entertainment 360.